Well, if you've been here a little while, you've likely heard of both the Hatchers and the Gentrys. They're really icons in the Williamson County agriculture community. The Hatchers moved to the county in 1847. The Gentrys just 1 year later.
Yeah, and News Channel 5's Austin Pollock is here with us this morning, and you actually sat down with both of them to learn a little bit about a story that a lot of people may not know about.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool story. This is another one of those, what's the story within the story, right? I talk about that a lot. So the Hatchers, known for dairy, the Gentrys, think agritourism, right? But for Charles Hatcher, he became a little more competitive once his family farm kept finishing second to the Gentrys in a local agriculture contest. We're gonna need a cold drink for this story because there's no such thing as too old for a glass of cold chocolate milk. But contrary to popular belief, this doesn't come from a store.
So the Hatchers moved to Williamson County in 1847 and started buying up land for their farm.
There are more than 1,000 farms in Williamson County. 2 of those share almost the same story.
So they do have 1 year on us there.
I'll take it.
It's the tale of 2 farms. That's Charles Hatcher of Hatcher Family Dairy on the left, and Mary Morgan Gentry of Gentry Farm on the right.
My family started moving to Williamson County and buying up land of our farm in 1848.
2 century farms, 1 year apart. Still standing, still serving, still pouring into their communities after all these years.
To our knowledge, the families didn't know each other at that time.
Today, they do.
Throughout my life, I'd heard about the Gentrys.
It was one of those I know of them situations.
Farming in the same area, they probably crossed paths and didn't know it.
But recently, Charles started hearing more about the Gentrys.
There was a Best of Williamson County Awards, and there's a Best of Williamson County Farmer category.
Let me freshen that drink for you.
Went another year, got second again. Third time, got second again, and it kept being the Gentrys winning the Best of Williamson County Farming Award.
Oh boy, I think I started something.
It got to a point where I didn't even want to go to this awards anymore because it was so ridiculous because they were locked in #1 every year. So
Charles admits it was a friendly rivalry, not some tale of the Hatfields and McCoys, but still a tale worth telling.
I went to the Franklin Farmers Market, and he was working the booth one day, and I saw him, and I was like, oh, well, he actually is kind of cute. And so
Sealed the deal.
I asked my friend, I was like, can you set us up? And so she set us up on our first date. But we had never met before our first date.
Charles Hatcher and Mary Morgan Gentry married in 2019 thanks to mutual friends and a mutual love of the land.
So it went from a competitive kind of deal to now I'm all in. I'm helping them and involved. So it's pretty wild how all that happened. I wish our granddads could literally sit down and we could all sit down and have a good time and talk about it.
I never thought I'd marry a farmer, much less a dairy farmer, because it's so drastically different than the farm that I grew up on.
Today, 2 farms, still separate soil, but a combined commitment and love for what fuels and feeds our future.
I still help my family with pumpkins on the weekends at Gentry Farm, which right now we're in the thick of it. I'm out there every weekend working. And then Cannon comes and helps sometimes too on Mondays. Do you help sell pumpkins? Yeah.
Almost 2 centuries ago, their ancestors planted these roots, generation after generation, a dedication to the community. No matter the last name, the commitment still stands today.
I think they'd just be so proud that both farms are having that impact on the community. And then we get to invite people to our farms, share it with them.
A rivalry turned relationship, a competition that created connection. 2 families now raise a glass to something so rich. Well, so much history between the 2 families, and those prior generations were such staples in this community. Veterans, football coaches. It makes you think, what if there was one giant family reunion, right, with these past generations? The stories, the conversations, they would be endless. I like to think, what if, my grandparents, parents talked to, it's just kind of one of those, like, I do wonder what they would say, because again, I don't know. I didn't get to know them.
Right.
And I think it's just really neat to think about just how that all kind of comes full circle.
I know, and they all have had such an impact throughout the generation.
Exactly, and they're helping one another. You know, it's no longer this, you know, this family and this family. It's kind of like, hey, you know what? We all support this community.
Yeah.
And we're helping one another, and we know that when we talk about farming and farming's future, this is a great way just to come together and work together to help feed and provide for this community.
And they're thriving farms, too. I mean, these are names. It doesn't matter if you're in Williamson County or not. You've heard about these farms.